Blue Horseshoe loves Blue Star Airlines.
Did you know that Charles Ponzi, the man known for the infamous Ponzi scheme, swindled investors out of $20 million in the 1920s? That's about $250 million in today's money. This is but a taste of the cunning and deception that has pervaded history's most notorious scams. From quick rich schemes to corporate frauds, these scams have left a mark on the world. Intrigued? Buckle up as we dive into the world of scams. To make our list, we've considered the total amount scammed. That's right, the criterion for making it into our infamous top 10 is the sheer volume of money involved in the scam. We're talking billions, not millions. We've sifted through history's most audacious frauds, looking at the financial impact each one had. With that out of the way, on to the countdown. Starting off at number 10, we have Ivan Boesky. A name that might not be familiar to many. Boesky was a major player on Wall Street during the 80s. He was a prominent arbitrageur who made a fortune betting on corporate takeovers. However, his wealth was not entirely amassed through legal means. He was involved in a massive insider trading scandal, using confidential information to make his bets. This illicit scheme netted him an estimated $3 billion before he was caught and convicted. The irony is that Boesky once famously said, "Greed is all right, by the way. I want you to know that. I think greed is healthy. You can be greedy and still feel good about yourself." Well, his greed certainly did catch up with him. A fun fact is that Boesky is said to have inspired aspects of film character Gordon Gekko, played by actor Michael Douglas in the 1987 movie Wall Street.
Come on, pal, tell me something I don't know.
Moving down the list to number 9, we have Joseph Nacchio, the former CEO of Qwest Communications International. Under his leadership, Qwest became a telecommunications powerhouse. However, Nacchio's ambition led him down a fraudulent path. He was convicted for insider trading, having sold hundreds of millions of dollars in Qwest stock based on his insider knowledge of the company's financial instability. This scam cost investors around $3 billion. Nacchio's fall from grace serves as a stark reminder of the perils of unchecked ambition. And at number 8, we find the American Insurance Group, also known as AIG. This global insurance corporation was at the heart of the financial crisis in the late 2000s. The company's executives were found guilty of accounting fraud, having inflated the company's net worth by a staggering $3.9 billion. This scam led to one of the largest government bailouts in history. The AIG scandal is a prime example of how corporate greed can have wide-reaching implications, affecting not just investors, but the entire global economy. Now, let's reveal more scams that shocked the world. At number 7, we have the HealthSouth scandal. Now this is a tale that will make your skin crawl. Richard Scrushy, the CEO of HealthSouth, masterminded a fraud that cost investors a staggering $4.6 billion. Scrushy and his accomplices were manipulating earnings reports to meet Wall Street expectations, a scheme that went unnoticed for nearly 2 decades. When the truth came out, it sent shockwaves through the healthcare industry. Scrushy, however, managed to dodge jail time for the fraud charges, only to be later convicted on bribery charges. Moving on to number 6, we delve into the world of mortgage finance. Freddie Mac, one of the biggest players in the U.S. mortgage market, found itself in the midst of a $5 billion scandal. It all started when the company's management decided to understate earnings by billions to smooth out volatility and meet market predictions. When the scheme was uncovered, the company had to pay a hefty fine, and the top executives were shown the door. And now, brace yourselves for number 5, the FTX scam, Sam Bankman-Fried, a name that would become infamous in the world of cryptocurrencies. This young entrepreneur allegedly scammed investors out of $8 billion. Using his trading platform, FTX, Bankman-Fried manipulated the market, causing massive losses for investors while pocketing huge profits. The case is still ongoing, making this one of the most recent scandals on our list. These scams are not just stories of greed and deception, they are cautionary tales. They remind us that even the most established institutions or seemingly innovative enterprises can be a facade for nefarious activities. Ready to venture further into the abyss of deceit? We'll continue our countdown with the top 4 biggest scams in history in the next segment. You don't want to miss this. At number 4, we have Worldcom, a tale of telecommunications gone terribly wrong. Worldcom, led by Bernie Ebbers, was once a titan in the telecommunications industry, but behind the scenes, it was a different story. The company's executives were cooking the books to show profits when they were actually hemorrhaging money. When the truth came to light, it was revealed that Worldcom had inflated its assets by around $11 billion. The man at the helm, Bernie Ebbers, was sentenced to 25 years in prison for his role in the fraud, marking an inglorious end to a once promising venture. Moving on to number 3, let's talk about Lehman Brothers. This is a case that shook the world's financial markets to their core. Lehman Brothers, a global financial services firm, was heavily involved in issuing risky loans and subprime mortgages. With the collapse of the housing market, the company found itself in a financial black hole of approximately $50 billion. The fallout from Lehman Brothers' bankruptcy was catastrophic, triggering a global financial crisis that we're still feeling the effects of today. Now, as we approach the top of our list, we land at number 2 with Enron and AMP, Kenneth Lay and Jeffrey Skilling. Enron, an energy company, was considered a blue-chip stock and a safe bet for investors. However, under the leadership of Kenneth Lay and Jeffrey Skilling, Enron was anything but safe. Through a complex web of fraudulent accounting practices and special-purpose entities, Enron managed to hide its debt and inflate profits to the tune of around $63.4 billion. The scandal led to the dissolution of Enron and the imprisonment of its top executives. Hold on tight as we reveal the biggest scam in history. And now, for the biggest scam in history, enter Bernard Madoff, a name that would become synonymous with deception and betrayal. The former chairman of NASDAQ, with close ties to government financial regulators, was already a Wall Street legend in the 1980s and 1990s. Madoff promised consistent returns to his investors, a guarantee that proved too good to be true. His investment firm was nothing more than an elaborate Ponzi scheme, a con game where returns were paid out from new investors' money rather than actual profits. But here's the kicker. Madoff managed to keep this ruse going for decades, duping thousands of investors out of an estimated $64.8 billion. Yes, you heard that right. $64.8 billion. A sum so staggering it's difficult to comprehend. Madoff was arrested and charged with 11 counts of fraud, and he was found guilty and sentenced to 150 years in prison in June 2009. And so, Madoff's scam takes the top spot on our list, a testament to the depths of human greed and deception. It's hard to believe, isn't it? These scams serve as a stark reminder of the lengths some people will go to for money. From Ivan Boesky's $3 billion scheme at number 10, all the way up to the staggering $64.8 billion swindled by Bernard Madoff at the top spot. It's a sobering rundown of deceit and greed, isn't it? But remember, it's not just about the money lost. It's about the trust betrayed and realities ruined. This is why it's crucial to stay informed and vigilant. So if you found this video helpful and informative, do give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, do consider subscribing to our channel for more such intriguing content. We'd love to know what you think about these scams. Which one shocked you the most? Do you know of any other scams that should have made the list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for your time and interest. Stay vigilant and remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is.